And so, it begins. Dark were the skies, and chill was the wind, as the land was covered in a veil of malice. Across the hill did ride a dread army of the night, cloaked in mist and fog, prepared to rain down death and destruction upon the land. And the people did crowd for a savior, a noble soul to save them from their impending demise. Just as it seemed all was lost, in strode a mighty hero, clad in shivering metal from head to toe. Wielding a terrible broadsword, he did cleave his foes in two, smashing their ranks asunder with righteous fury. And when the day was done and the enemy strewed across the fields in pieces, the people did turn to the warrior and say, "We shall name this day in your honor. Speak unto us your wisdom." The warrior said one word that day: epic.
One man, one murloc, one giant angry badger. This is Blue Please. It begins now. Yes, indeed, folks. Welcome to Blue Please on WoW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. The date today is the 5th of June, 2009. It is 7:30 in the British Isles. It is 2:30 EST. In other times, it's other places, and in other places, it may also be other times. And this is Blue Please. Welcome to the show. What a show we have coming up for you today. We really do. We're going to be talking all manner of great things, like I'm sick of raiding. Utterly and totally sick of it. And it's actually not Blizzard's fault for once. We'll be talking a bit about that and trying to figure out what I should do next in WoW, if anything. Maybe I'll get into PvP or something. Also, Blizzard have recently claimed in a blue post that they will not implement a start at level 55 feature in the, quote, near future. We ask, is old school leveling actually any fun anymore for anyone who's played the game for any length of time? And how can we maybe spice it up a little? Also, more things to do in WoW for future content that go beyond the same old PvE-PvP formula. Evidently, raiding and PvP are going to get a bit stale for some people. They're already getting stale for me, so try to think of a way out of that. A way to expand the content in different directions. And yes, it shall be speculative. Now, I've got a crazy sore throat today. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to get one. I haven't been shouting much, or yelling at people. Indeed, I've only raided once, and they were, actually, come to think of it that day, monumentally freaking terrible. But I can forgive them for that. We actually got onto Yogg-Saron, which was reasonably interesting. Quite a cool fight, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. However, there's a bunch of stuff to cover before that. So, if you are not already in the IRC channel, that is a mistake that you should remedy immediately. irc.mmoirc.com # WoW Radio. Alternatively, click the wcradio.com website. Go over there. Click the chat button on the top of the screen, and you can use our Java client if for some reason you don't have one of your own. It works, it's good, it's awesome. Go do it. Otherwise, you are missing out. Now, I have a special surprise coming at the end of this segment, and you're going to have to wait to see what it is. I'm not going to be leaking out any early secrets just yet. Anyway, I've got a ton of stuff to cover, so might as well get on with it. First thing is first. Those of you who aren't aware, and I can't imagine that's too many by this point, I live in, well, near a town called Newcastle, and there is a campus of a university there called the Newcastle Business School. The Newcastle University Business School, whose acronym is NUBS. Oh dear. Didn't think that one through. Anyway, I was recently contacted by a senior lecturer at that particular university, and his name is David Grundy. And he is the BA Honours Business Studies Programme Leader at Newcastle Business School. And he is kicking off a survey And you might think, oh, it's one of those other surveys of gamer services. It's actually not. It's about payment habits and brand commitment and satisfaction in a subscription-based product, which I find to be rather interesting. Now, this is a very good survey. I've taken it myself, and I said to him that I would give you guys the opportunity to help him out and give him some good answers, because I know you guys are good at that kind of thing. Whereas the forums and all those other places, probably not so much. So, if you've got some spare time, say during the music break or whatever, head over to tinyurl.com/TB survey. Yes, I made a little redirector. tinyurl.com, that's URL, not my name is Earl.com/TB survey. Head over there and go fill in that survey, because, to be honest, it's nice to see the academia actually paying attention to this little hobby of ours, and indeed recognising that this is somewhat of a monumental business achievement to get so many people paying this fee month to month to month and keep them playing. Brand loyalty is a fickle beast. I know that more than most. So yeah, go check it out. It's pretty cool. Now, you may also be aware that last week we talked a little bit about Deadly Boss Mods and how Deadly Boss Mods are a bunch of freaking sellouts. Well, we went and posted on their forums a bit. We weren't rude or anything. We gave them the facts, and the DBM author basically dismissed them. For one, didn't believe that hacking was actually caused by gold sellers, and that, quite frankly, freaks me out a little bit, because he's supposed to be a coder. One would think that he'd understand the basic principles behind keylogging and script kiddies. Evidently not, so possibly not quite as good at his job as he thinks he is. However, thanks to fan pressure, he will be apparently taking the banner down very soon. Yes, the gold selling banner will be coming down on deadlybossmods.com because, quote, the little extra money isn't worth the flames. Right, you need to get this into your head. We don't flame you because we hate you. We flame you because you hate the people you're taking money off of. And if you're not willing to listen to people that know what they're talking about, then no, we're not going to give you all that much breathing room in that regard. I'm not going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I gave you the benefit of the doubt, and you turned around and proved that no, you don't actually care. You have friends who are gold buyers, and you support those people. Instead of telling them, no, this is a bad thing, that not only damages the economy, is not only, of course, cheating, which is kind of a big deal, but most importantly of all, is responsible for hacking your fellow fan sites and hacking innocent players, then quite frankly, you don't deserve the benefit of the doubt, or indeed our attention or patronage in any respect. So I'm glad he's taken it down, but it's unfortunate that he's doing it for the wrong reasons, and it's also unfortunate that it had to come to this, but some people just don't get it. And that's sad, but, you know, that's our mission, to spread the knowledge and lift the veil of ignorance on people in that regard. Gold selling is bad, okay? As is gold buying. If no one bought gold, we wouldn't have these issues. Right. Not done. Loads more to cover. I've got the mailbag to cover, but I've also got to talk about BlizzCon. Yes, because it is just over a month away, folks, and I want to tell you a little bit about what we'll be doing. You'll be aware of what happened last year. There was something of a disaster, and all the equipment got deported, and we were understaffed and all sorts of stuff. But still, all the staff there did a stellar job of giving you the best coverage. And, of course, we're competing with the monolithic DirecTV again, and will, of course, be providing the most complete coverage, again, free of charge. Now, not saying the DirecTV coverage is bad, because it isn't, but it's Spartan. I know you guys want to hear the panels in their entirety. I know you guys want to pick which panel you want to see, and you don't want to be limited to 8 hours of total footage, which is like half the panels, if that. So we will be broadcasting all of the panels. Yes, multiple streams, all of the panels, every single last one of them. We will have a team there, and our equipment is already over in the States. Most of it, at any rate. So yes, you'll be getting the high-quality mics. You'll be getting the high-quality sound cards and broadcasting equipment. It'll be awesome. Not only that, but this time around we are ensuring that we have a studio with a working internet connection, as opposed to the Marriott, who evidently can't get something that works for more than 20 minutes, which is a little bit embarrassing, I must say, for a major hotel chain. Might want to look at that. No, we are definitely getting a studio, a room in a hotel where the internet actually works, and we will be providing you with shows. Yes, news, comment, punditry, analysis, breakdown, everything you could possibly want. Also, the camera, which was, of course, deported last time, will be there this time. It's already over in the States, so we'll be providing you with video interviews, exclusive stuff, with all manner of people. You have to see which ones we get. We've got plenty in the works. Not willing to announce anything yet. But trust me, we'll have some great interviews. And, of course, videos of panels and gameplay footage. It'll be awesome. It'll be on WCURadio.com. It will be available as downloads after the fact, so if you miss anything whatsoever, you'll have the opportunity to listen to it at any time at your convenience on whatever device you wish. And it will be free. Yes, indeed, it will be free. And you guys are helping us with that. And those of you who've been to WCURadio.com will already know that we are raising some funds to help us out. Now, we do have a lot of equipment, but we do need some more. And we are also trying to get some branded stuff. We're trying to get branded table and chairs, mic flags, business cards. We need another portable recorder because the last one got smashed on the way back from the States. Thanks, Homeland Security, jackasses. And, of course, we're going to try and help out our staff by, feeding them and making sure they have a roof over their heads, because we don't really want them slumming it outside the convention centre. Now, the way we're doing it this year is we're going to give you guys the opportunity to get a very special treat for donating. We have two teams. We have Team Murloc and Team Nubcake, which consist of 2 shows apiece plus some extra people. We've got 7 people on each team, including such hosts as Dustin, Speedy F40, Gnomewise, Railvass, Death and Decay, Dunkor, Cadwalian, Mickey C, Pride, Omicron. They're all on different teams. Now, Team Murloc, of course, has my wife on it. And since I'm not going, I'm not part of Team Murloc, but I must throw in my lot with Team Murloc and support Team Murloc and ask you guys to donate for Team Murloc. Because, of course, the guys who lose, well, their team gets a pie in the face. And that video will be released for the donators to see. Oh, yes. That will be most unpleasant. Now, there will be fundraising going on over the next few weeks, and no doubt many hijinks and capers going on various shows. That will be interesting, but I'm asking you guys to vote. Think about it this way. We've got 150,000 unique listeners throughout the community. If every one of those donated just 10 cents, we would have $15,000. We could provide the best quality. The absolute best quality. Think about this. We could buy some amazing cameras. We could buy the absolute best rigs to do what we want to do, and we could do it perfectly for you guys. Now, of course, I'm not expecting everyone to donate. It's very kind. Those of you who've already donated, you guys are awesome, and we love the fact that you're willing to support us. But even if you've got just a little bit of change lying in your PayPal account, unused, just chip in. Just click the links on WCRadio.com. Every little helps. Seriously, you have no idea how much tiny little pieces of change can really add up. So yes, donations are appreciated, folks. It will go into improving the station, which of course will give a better service for you guys. And hopefully, if we get enough, we'll be upgrading our servers, which means faster downloads for you guys and higher quality archives. Yes, indeed. If we get the best servers that we can get, we get some really good servers, that means all our archives are going to be the same quality and the same bitrate as our streams. That's 128 kbps. That's near to, for the normal ear, CD quality. It'd be pretty awesome, wouldn't it? So yeah, go to it, folks. I know you want to. And thank you ever so much for your support. Now, we've got a little bit of time. Before the music break and the special surprise. I'm going to read a couple of emails. I know, I'm not going to play the mail time drop because apparently half of you hate it. I'm coming up with a new one. I will think of something. This one's from Shiera. He is apparently a level 15 Death Knight. Now, I would dispute that, but never mind. We'll let him go. He's from Carpet Sharks on Ice Crown US, and he says this: Hey TB, my brother and I have just finished Arthas, and I have to say I'm very impressed. It is a great book, and even more impressive is for my brother to read it. He just recently bought and started on Rise of the Horde now, and I'm surprised he's found a series of books that he's been able to get into and read. I just want to share my appreciation for these books that I've gotten my brother to read. Keep up the rant. Yeah, Arthas is probably the first WoW book that I'm actually interested in reading, because the lore behind Arthas is interesting. I'm not much of a lore person. Not on WoW, anyway. I like a big lore buff on Warhammer 40,000, for instance. I'm a massive fan of that. I've got, almost 100 Warhammer 40,000 books. And yet, most of them are absolutely trashy, but to be honest, I'm not buying them to be high works of literature. I'm buying them to have Space Marines kill people, or Orcs kill Space Marines, or Chaos screwing up everything. Whatever the case. But yeah, I'm interested in Arthas. I might actually buy myself a copy of it, and from what I've heard, it's really good. So, yeah, go get yourself a copy of Arthas. I don't see why not. It seems pretty cool to me. Now, one last thing before I go to the music break. I need to remind you of your chance to contribute to this show. you can email for the illusion of choice. Email themurloc@gmail.com. That is the murloc@gmail.com. You can email in a suggestion for the last topic of the show. If it's good enough, I will pick it for you. And I will talk about it, and it will be awesome. So yes, email themurloc@gmail.com with your illusions of choice for today. Now, special surprise. I know he's not listening to this show because, well, he doesn't like my show, but whatever. It's Dunco's birthday today, and he thought nobody remembered. Well, they probably didn't, which is why I put this together 15 minutes before the show. So happy birthday, Dunco. This is my new original song. It's called You Need a Dunco, and I'll be right back after this on the music break when we kick into some content. You're listening to Blue Please here on WOW Radio with myself, Total Biscuit. Happy birthday, Dunco. Enjoy. Approaching to put on a show, but our other host is MIA. That's when you need to call someone on Skype and beg for them to save the day. We're gonna need a Dunco. Oh, it takes a Dunco. There's a ton of things happening at once. Gonna tell the world what's going on. And with every show you hear a little improvement. He'll be deputy assistant reserve manager before too long. That's called a Dunco. Oh, we want a Dunco. And anything that you need to happen, from production to hosting shows, you need a Dunco. Even Cat has a Dunco. If you're ever in the market for someone to act nonchalant about pretty much everything, who owns a giant orange foam hat, probably best to look up Dunco. No, Dunco. Can't get the staff these days. Except for Dunco. No! You bastards. Assuming that he's not busy, he might begrudgingly agree to fill in. You need a Dunco. Oh, it takes a Dunco. Always rely on a Dunco. If you want to play Dota, you should find someone else than Dunco. Ooh, fade out.